Good morning. It's around 8:30 a.m. on Tuesday, July 30th, 2019, and this is day 2 of my classroom setup. I'm not leaving this morning as early as I had hoped to. I still woke up around 6:30, but yesterday I left my house at 6:45, and so I knew that today was not going to be as early of a start, but that's okay. I don't have a doctor's appointment today, so I'm going to get to work in my room all day. So it's about 8:30. Getting ready to head to school, and it takes me about 20 minutes to get there. I was thinking about stopping to get something for lunch so that I would have it for later, but I think it might be kind of nice to have a break and go out later for lunch and just grab something quick, but I think it'll just be good to have a change of scenery. So I was able to load up the rest of my things. Yesterday I said I got about 95% of it in there, which I think is about accurate, and then these are just some books for my library, and then one of them Michael's photo case things, more books, and then laminator and random things like that. So I will go ahead and get these unloaded when I get to school, just because it's cooler now in Florida than it will be later on today. So I'm planning to get those unloaded. And then I know I did not get to explain a lot yesterday in my setup video about why I was doing certain things, or I really wasn't sitting down talking with you very much. That's because I had my stepdad and a family friend come and build my bookshelves and my wire shelving and all of that. And then one of my really good friends came to help me set up some things, and so there were just a lot of people that were in and out all day, and so I didn't have as much time to record, but that's totally okay because I very much appreciate their help and company, and we got a lot done. So I'm going to try today to kind of sit with you a little more and explain my thought process and why I'm doing things, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to school. I'm feeling a little bit more sleepy this morning. One of my friends on my team, I told her that, and she told me that I should stop and go get some coffee, but I do not like coffee. Fun fact, I don't like anything with caffeine in it. Coffee, tea, chocolate, soda, none of it. So this is pure energy all the time. So I'm planning to just blast some jams on my way to school to pump me up, and then we're gonna have a great day. I'll see you in the room. Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of my classroom setup. I just got in my room and I unloaded my whole car. I was planning on making a lot of trips to and from my car, but there was a flatbed dolly in the hallway, and so I went ahead and used that to unload it all in one trip. So it was awesome, and I'm glad that it's done. I'm hot, but that's okay. I wanted to start off this morning by explaining my alphabet yesterday. If you watched the time-lapse video, you probably saw that we started off with X, Y, and Z in the corner. That doesn't make sense because the alphabet does not start with those letters, but as you can tell, I left the A, B, and C at my house yesterday, but I wanted to be able to start off our measurements with not just estimating, but with the actual pieces. So that's why we started off with those 3 up there, and then moved them down here when it was time. So yesterday when my stepdad and family friend and one of my other good friends came over and they were helping me unload, I just told them to put it on a table and I would deal with it later. Makes me a little stressed because there's a lot of things, but that's totally okay. I really appreciate their help, and so them just getting it in here was awesome. So what I'm going to plan to do first this morning, just because I think it would kind of help calm me down a little bit and help me be able to find things a little easier, is that I'm going to scooch my rug. You can't see it, it's right here. I'm going to scooch my rug over to where it's actually going to be. I'm going to sweep under it first, put the rug where it's going to be, and then I think I'm going to bring all the stuff from the tables onto the rug, just because yesterday I was walking around and so many times I was like, where did I put that down? I don't know, because someone else unloaded it. I don't know where anything is. And so I think that would just be helpful for me in my thought process, and then I can kind of organize things into these are the free choice materials, these are math manipulatives, and that sort of thing. So I think that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do this morning, is just putting everything on the rug. But first, I'll spin you around so you can see. Oh boy, sorry. I have to put all of my curriculum somewhere first. My team is actually switching our reading curriculum starting this year, and so we need to figure out what we're going to do with this, and so I'm not sure yet exactly where I'm going to put it. So for now I think I'm just going to put it along this window ledge. I tried to do it earlier this morning, I don't know if you can see, but all the books spilled. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But that's going to be my plan first this morning, is that I'm going to put everything on the rug and get it organized so that I have a little more peace of mind. Alright, and this is my word wall. This is what we got done yesterday. So you heard me say that I forgot my magnet tape and my border and some of the pieces of paper and all the important things at my house. But one of my teammates was very kind and let me borrow her roll of magnetic tape. It was like this big when I started yesterday, but she was very kind in letting me use that just so I could get this done when my friend was here yesterday. And so we got this done, and then I have the border, excuse me, I have the border that I'm going to put the magnetic strips on the back of, and I'm going to hang that up. And then excuse me, and then I also printed the little letter cards that are going to go up here for each letter, and the clip art matches the one that's on my alphabet, which I really like, so I played around with the sizing of that last night. So I have to cut and laminate those this morning, so I brought in my laminating machine. There's one other thing I was going to tell you, but I don't remember. I'll bring you a little bit closer so I can show you exactly how we did it. So we tried at first to do this whole big paint strip up and down and across, but that ended up not being super straight. And so my awesome teammate that gave me the magnetic tape also had some string, and so it's kind of has fallen overnight, but you can see these two both have the string. So I used both the painter's tape and the string on these to get them straight, and there's some that are not quite straight, but I think overall it did a pretty good job of keeping everything where I wanted it. Something that was really helpful to me yesterday was keeping a box right here of all of the supplies that I needed. As you can tell, when there's things everywhere, you might put down the tape measure, the scissors, all of that, and not be able to find them easily because there's so many piles of stuff. And so I got this, just one of my Sterilite boxes, and I'm keeping my scissors in here, tape and double stick tape, Sharpie, and some pens, my magnet tape, my tape measure. I set it down somewhere and I didn't keep it in here, not a good idea. And I'm going to put some Post-its in here and a couple of other things, but I thought that this was a kind of good way to keep things organized so that whenever I'm buzzing around the room I can just come back to this central spot. The trick is just remembering to put the things back after I've used them. So one of the first things I'm going to do today is check on my to-do list that I've been working on and see what I got done yesterday and what I need to do today. Basically yesterday, I'll show you my list in just a second, but the only goals that I set for yesterday were to move in all the stuff in all caps and wipe down everything also in all caps, so that I didn't put on extra things on yesterday's to-do list, so that I didn't feel guilty if I didn't get anything besides those two things done. I did end up getting a lot more done than that, but now I'll just go through my list and cross off things like the alphabet and the word wall that I had put on other days. I'll just go ahead and cross those off since I got them done. So I'm going to take a look at what my list says for today, and I'm going to readjust and prioritize, and then I will catch up with you in a bit. So this is the kind of to-do list setup deal that I made. This one is for this week when I'm not required to be here but still am to get stuff done, and then this week is for next week when it's my actual pre-planning week. So as you can tell, we have a lot of trainings and meetings and stuff next week that we're getting a little hard to keep track of. So I made two columns, there we go. I made two columns, one for all of the meetings and then where they're located and what time. And then these are my goals for that day. So obviously if I don't get things done on each of those specific days, that's okay. I was just trying to think about, I know that the day before Meet the Teacher, I'll need to stuff those folders. I wish I could do it ahead of time, but there's a lot of papers that the school gives us right before Meet the Teacher, so that will have to wait. And just all the things that I will need to do to get ready for Meet the Teacher. And then on Friday, after that's over, then the things that I'll need to do to get ready for the first day of school. Obviously, this is still looking very blank. This does not have everything on it, but just as I think of things, I'm adding them to the list. So the first thing that I'm going to do this morning is kind of update this list from yesterday. As you can see, the only thing that I put on the list yesterday was to move all the stuff and wipe down everything in all caps. I did that because I did not want to feel discouraged if that's all that I got done yesterday. So my thought was, if I get any of this done on Monday, that's great, but I don't want to make myself feel guilty if I don't get any of that done. So that is where I am for right now. So I'm going to look at this and kind of prioritize and add some things so that I can be most efficient with my time. I forgot to tell you, but we are not required to be at school this week. My pre-planning week starts next week on Monday, August 5th, but they opened the school up starting yesterday, Monday, July 29th, if we wanted to come work. Which obviously I do because I want to get my room done hopefully before pre-planning, so that is why I'm here this week. So I'm not quite done moving everything off of the tables, but I'll show you what I've done so far. This one is cleaned off except for some hardware and pieces that I need to put in a Ziploc. This one I mostly cleaned off except for some instructions of building something. I don't think I need them, but I'm keeping them. And then my library is over there, so I went ahead and put all of my books right there so that it will be easier to organize them when it's time. This rolling bookshelf is moving, so it's just going to stay there for now. This table is almost clean. This one has some things that are going to go on my desk, so I'm going to clean that off next and then put those on there. And then this is my tripod. That's where you've been sitting the whole time. And my water. So I'm just going to finish cleaning these up and put the chairs back where they belong. But I'll show you my rug real quick. So I was able to organize things into categories from the tables, which has helped a lot. So I put seasonal stuff right here, and then the Clorox wipes, Ziplocs, that kind of stuff that I have here. And then these are some learning games over here. Free choice things, so it doesn't to me feel quite as overwhelming when it's spread out on the rug like this. So, and they're all in categories, which is nice, and now hopefully I can easily find stuff and get this rolling. I just finished putting together my custodian treats. They've worked really hard all summer and they're super sweet people, so I will show you what I did for them. Label to go here that said thanks for going the extra mile from A Perfect Blend Teaching, but I couldn't find it, so this will do for now. My friend came and finished up the border, which looks amazing, and then I took all of the painter's tape off from in between all the colored paper, and I started to put up the letters for the word wall, but then I realized that I'm going to need to combine two of them because I only have 24 squares and 26 letters. But we're getting our new curriculum tomorrow with our sight words, so I'm going to decide which letters to combine then after I see the list of sight words. I moved everything to the carpet and it still looks a little bit messy, but it's mostly organized into categories that I can understand myself. And then these are This is the old curriculum. I finished the alphabet. A, B, and C came to join today. I'm not sure that I love those crayons there yet, but we will see. My snack bin fits, which I'm really excited about. I got my library set up just a little bit. I'm gonna focus on that tomorrow morning. And all the book buddies, they're super cute. And my mom is in the hallway. Oh, just missed her. And then, let's see, my desk area, and then this is my friend Sarah. She's been cutting lamination for more than an hour. She's awesome. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, and it is about 7:45 a.m. I'm leaving my house about an hour earlier than I did yesterday. Still not quite as early as I wanted to get there today, but we're making progress, so that's good. Even though I left yesterday around 8:30 or so, I ended up running into a bunch of just teammates and friends in the hallway, and so I didn't get into my room until about 10. And I usually am most focused and work the best in the morning hours around 8 o'clock. 8 to 10 is my most productive window, and so I really wanted today to get there a little bit sooner so that I would have a larger chunk of time, because I also am going to have a team meeting today at 1 o'clock, and we have a lot of things to talk about, so I'm anticipating that will last probably at least 2 hours, and I'm just not super productive in the afternoons anyway, just because I'm tired by then, and so I really wanted to get a lot done today. So this morning, since I have a big chunk of time, I'm going to spray my pillows with some Scotchgard spray so that it can dry, and it looks like it's not going to rain today, but it's Florida, so it's probably going to this afternoon, but for now I think it would be good for them to have time to dry. And then as soon as I do that, I'm going to work on organizing my library and all of my books. So I'm planning to have you with me and explain the system of how I'm going to do that. But I just wanted a bigger chunk of time to do that because I'm going to need to spread out everywhere to do that. So I thought I was tired yesterday. I'm really tired today. I was at school from about 9 to 6:30 or 6:45 yesterday, and then one of my former teammates and I went over to my house to cut out some bulletin board letters, and then I saw another friend after that, so I got home around 11 p.m., but it was worth it to get to hang out with those friends. So I'm a little tired, but we're gonna have a great day. I have to get a lot done today because tomorrow I have my first year teacher training, and then from what I've been told, the school is closed on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and then next week is pre-planning, and Friday of next week is meet the teacher already. So I kind of need to get things done today, and it would be really awesome if I could finish my room today, although I know that that's probably not going to happen, but we're gonna try. I also got my badge yesterday. I'm gonna cover up all my school information, but this is my picture. Oh, sorry, it's kind of bright. There we go. They let me keep my same one from when I was a substitute, which I'm super happy about because I didn't have to go to the district office and retake it. So, yay. But yeah, tired, but it's gonna be a good day, and I'm gonna head to school. See you soon. So I was a little ambitious when I was coming in this morning. I'm the type of person that I would rather carry like 12 grocery bags on my arm than make 2 trips. And so I was trying to do the same thing this morning because I didn't want to make multiple trips to my car. So I stuck my water thermos in my backpack because I didn't want to carry it in my hand, and this is what happened. So I'm all wet, but that's fine. Hey, it's hot in here, so I'm cooling off. Always gotta be positive, right? So I just got to school. It's Wednesday, so I think that I'm going to go outside first and Scotchgard my pillows in my library so that they can have time to dry, and then I'm going to organize library books. Yay! Alright, so I'm going to get ready to spray my pillows. I got this Scotchgard spray a while ago, and I had been keeping it with my classroom stuff, so I was pleasantly surprised when I found it the other day and that I didn't have to buy any. So it says to shake well and then spray. So I'm planning to spray one side of the pillows and then I'll leave them for a while and then come flip them later. These, I was originally planning on having a bench seat in my library, which I might eventually. I just don't have time for that before school starts. So I thought that these would be super cute on the bench seat. I might still put them on the floor in front of the shelves, just depending on how crowded it looks. I don't know, we'll see. But I figured I could go ahead and spray them and then I'll just have them for whenever I want them. If not, I might just keep them on my chair because I love them, this color, and they're cozy, so we'll see. So these, and then these I think I'm going to put in my little library chairs. These are from the Target Dollar Spot last year. They mostly match my color scheme, but I think that they're cute since they're alphabet. This is from the Target Dollar Spot this year. It's got this on the back, the composition, which I don't love, but I liked the message of "Be Awesome" today, even though they can't really read the cursive, so I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it was cute, so we'll see. And then I got the infamous pencil pillow. I got this last year at the Dollar Spot, so I'm going to go ahead and spray this too. I might keep this on my chair or something, I don't know, but I'm going to spray them all, and then I'll see later what I use. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but this is just a plastic tablecloth that I got, I think from like Marshall's or something like probably 5 or 6 years ago. That was, I think, about $3. And so if you can look closely, you can see that I have some paint stains because I always use this for crafting. I put it down in my yard one time, and so there's still a bunch of leaves that are stuck to it because it's fell underneath, but that's okay. I just fold it up and shake it out and it's fine. But I really love having a plastic tablecloth for stuff like this because you don't have to worry about getting it on the cement, whatever you're doing. So highly recommend. So one of the very first things I'm going to do this morning is reassess my to-do list. I didn't really reassess yesterday like I said I was going to, but I'm going to cross off things that I did get done and then move some things around. Like, for example, my bulletin boards I had on the list for today, but my fabric has not been washed yet. Well, I haven't been to pick it up from my grandma, is really the true story. So I'm going to save this for another day. And like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be at a training all day, and then Friday I don't think I'm going to be able to get into the school, but mailing the postcards to the kids I should be able to do when I'm not at school, because I think I'm going to get my roster tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. So I'm just going to kind of move around some things on my list real quick so that I can be the most productive and efficient today. Okay, so I'm going to explain how I have been organizing my classroom library books as I've been acquiring them for the last about 2 years or so. So basically what I did was I started this Google document it's a little bit cut off, but it says my book inventory for my classroom library. And so as I was starting to collect books, I made them into just some categories, and I knew that these were not the categories that I would necessarily use later on. But just as I was going through, I noticed that I had a lot of animal fiction books, and then animal nonfiction, Amelia Bedelia, Siblings, Dr. Seuss, Kindness Class Rules, Magic Treehouse, Miscellaneous, Pete the Cat. And you'll probably notice there's not very many in here now because I have switched them to a new list that I'm going to show you. But before I do that, the way that I was organizing my books when they were in my family friend storage unit is that I would come to the category, and if I couldn't easily scroll to find it, I would press Control F, and then this little Find in Document would come up. And so if I had a Pete the Cat book, I could type in Pete the Cat, and it would come up with all the options that match that. So then I would use the arrows to navigate to where I wanted, which is the category here. So then I would type in the name of the book that I had just gotten, and then I used, which I'm going to show you in just a second, I used the scrapbook paper holders that are made by Iris that I got from Michael's. They usually sell them for I think like $9 or $10, which is crazy. I always buy them when they're about $3 on sale. And so I'll show you in just a minute how I labeled those, but I started out just labeling them with a box and a letter. And so you can see here that this book is in box E, this book is in box K, and I'll show you what I mean also by that has the label sticker. So this was my very first system of how I started to organize. Okay, I lied. I'm going to show you one more thing while I'm still at my computer, and then we'll go over to the library. So in my Google Drive, I have in my decor folder, I have a library folder, and so this is where I have that document I was just showing you. I originally bought the black version of the library labels from Kinder Craze Maria Gavin, but then decided I like the white better, but I haven't put them in my Google Drive yet. They're still just in TPT. So what I'm going to show you is the stickers that come with Maria Gavin's pack. So this, you can see, excuse me, that this matches all of her labels, all of the clip art, and so she's labeled bug, butterfly, Canada, all of those. So obviously I'm not going to use all of them, like I won't be using these at school, but she put all of the clip art into a file, and then she tells you which kind of Avery label is best to buy to use with these. And so I'm going to go over and show you what they look like printed, but look, she already did all the work for you, and it's so beautiful. I'm just going to let you admire them for a second. Okay, that's the end. I'm for real going to take you over to the library now. So I don't know what happened to my cute labels, but there's ones with Post-its on here. I don't know. But this is what I was telling you a few minutes ago with box D. And then these are the, well, it was box E when I showed it to you on the Google Doc. But these are the scrapbook containers made by Iris that you get at Michael's. I really like these a lot. I did make a mistake though in that I stacked a bunch of them really high for almost 2 years, and so the weight of the books kind of caved them in, so a lot of them aren't quite latching anymore like they used to. There used to be, here we go, there used to be that clicking sound when you even just pressed it slightly. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I know that it's also mostly my fault, so just don't stack them super heavy together. But otherwise they are really awesome containers that fit a lot. And then this is what I meant by has label sticker that you saw in the Google Doc. So I just made this sticker. This is actually clip art just from Google. And then I made these in a Word document and printed them on Avery labels, but it just says from the classroom of with my name, a heart, then it says read it, love it, return it. So I know that there's a lot of times that we kind of share books among other teachers and our team, and so I just wanted to put my name in all my books so that I know which ones are mine, and especially if I do ever leave this classroom, then I'll know which ones are mine, which ones came with school, all of that sort of thing. Welcome to my library, what I'm sure is going to be my very favorite spot in my classroom. I think I forgot to tell you earlier, but if you've noticed I'm wearing a lanyard without an actual key tag ID thing, you're correct. I put my Bluetooth remote that I'm using for my phone to record these videos on here because my tripod came with one and I lost it within the first day. I told myself I was going to attach it with some Velcro, but I lost it before I could even do that. So I ordered another one on Amazon, and I got a blue one because, you know, it matches, and hopefully I won't lose it as easily since it's not black. So just for now, while I'm recording videos this morning, I put it on my lanyard so I will not lose it. But I'm going to kind of just walk you through the steps of how I'm going to organize my library. These are the bins that I got from Big Lots. Look at them. Can you just appreciate them for a second? I'm going to hug them while I talk to you. Oh gosh, my hair is stuck in them. Oh no. That hurts. Oh, okay, we made it. No hair left, we're good. So these were $3 a piece, but I got them when Big Lots was having their friends and family sale where they had a 20% off coupon, and so they ended up being about $2.40 a piece, which I think is a pretty good deal because they're not super sturdy, but they're sturdy enough that they can stand up on their own and they won't wobble over. So I got enough of them to have 2 in each of the 9 squares. I'm not sure that I'm going to put out 18 categories all at once right now, so I have those little blue dot bins that are also from Big Lots and are the exact same shade, so I might kind of mix and match for now. We'll just see once I sort the books how many I have of each category, so we'll see. So the way that I'm organizing my library is with Kinder Craze's library organization system. I searched for a really long time for something that I liked and something that was realistic for kindergartners to do, and I finally arrived at this. Kinder Craze is also who made my alphabet and word wall and all the things, so I really like her products a lot, and I think her clip art is cute but still realistic enough for them to understand what it is. So in her library pack, she has these labels. I'll show you a little bit. So I think there's like 10 or 12 of these pages of labels, and so you can't edit this exact one. So what I did was I just printed off all of the pages, even though I know I won't necessarily, like I won't use this one at school. So I won't use all of them, but I just went ahead and printed them and laminated all of them, and then I cut apart some of them last night. Let me find where I put it. Oh goodness, here we go. I went ahead and cut apart some of them last night. I was going to finish, and then I never got around to finishing, and I was tired and wanted to go to bed. So she includes these that she has already done, but then she also includes an editable file where she has all of the clip art but with no words. And then this is a font, I don't remember exactly which one. I think it's Kimberly Guesswine's KG, Why You Gotta Be So Mean. I'm pretty positive. But she tells you in the file what font it is and all of that if you want to make your own using the clip art. So basically, I don't have them with me. Oh, it was such a struggle, you guys. I made some of my own with her editable pack because she cannot include popular series because of copyright issues. So like Pete the Cat, Amelia Bedelia, all of those, she can't include those in her library set because of copyright, but she gives you a whole video tutorial if you want to make your own using her set, which is really nice. And so I ended up doing that. So I was trying to print them this morning, and my computer was frozen for almost 45 minutes the whole time I was getting ready. So I didn't want to keep waiting on that, so I'll probably just mess with that tonight and get those printed. But for now, I brought Post-it notes and a pen, and I'm just gonna, for the categories I don't have, just use a Post-it for now because I didn't think it was worth waiting any longer for my computer to wake up and do the right thing. So let's see. So yeah, with her pack, that's upside down. So I printed off, like I said, all the ones that she had already made, and then I made some that were editable. So basically what that one looks like is it's the boxes with the clip art, and then she has text boxes, and then you can put in whatever category you want. So there's some of them also that, like, I didn't love this picture, and so instead I got a picture of a rainbow, and I'm using that for the color books instead. So there's a few that I kind of played around with a little bit, but my plan is that I'm going to finish cutting out all of the labels, and then I'm going to take a look at that Google Doc I was showing you a few minutes ago with the category, the clip art, and the books that are in it, so that I can see, as of right now, the books that I've labeled so far, what categories I have so far. And then I'm going to sort the books into those categories and then see what I have left. My goal was to label all of my books over the summer, but that did not happen. So I'm just going to see what books I have left and then see what is necessary for me to do right now. I'm not the best at prioritizing. I want everything to be done right now because everything feels important, but I'm trying to remind myself that not everything has to be done by the first day of school, and also having this entire thing full of 18 categories of books would be very overwhelming to a 5-year-old at first who hasn't really been excuse me, taught about all of that yet. So I'm gonna kind of just play it by ear and see how many books I get in here and what I have left. So I just finished cutting out the rest of my labels. They look really good. I'm gonna go spray my pillows outside again with one more layer of Scotchgard, just especially on the white ones. I know that white is gonna get dingy really fast, so hopefully I can prevent that if I can spray them one more time before I flip them, and then I'll do 2 coats on the other side. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll get back to the library. Alright, I just gave my pillows another layer of Scotchgard, so hopefully they will stay nice and clean for a long time. The next step that I'm going to do is attach my category labels to the bins. I, in my mind, was planning on using double stick tape because I love double stick tape and I use it for a lot of things. But I also have these removable squares, adhesive squares that I got from Lakeshore. I think it was about $480 for $5 or so. I used these to put up my alphabet and then the the letters on the word wall yesterday, and they seem to be staying okay. So I might try a few labels with each of the types of adhesives and then see which one I like better. Sorry for the close-up, I just wanted you to see a little bit better. So I put on these with the different types of adhesives. This one I used double stick tape, and then this one I used 2 removable squares, 1 on each side. I'm thinking I might go with the August Books one because it lays flat on here, whereas the squares make it, I don't know if you can see it, it's not a lot, but it does stick up a little bit, and I'm just afraid that kids would play with it. So I think I'm going to go with the double stick tape, this one, but I was trying to also decide, let me scoot you back just a little bit. I was trying to also decide whether I like the labels up like this or if I like them in the middle. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. Okay, so I've labeled about half of my book bins, so this is kind of where I stand right now. I have the months August through May over here, and this is kind of just temporary to help me sort my books because I won't obviously keep up all of the seasonal books for the whole year all the time. So this is mostly just to help me sort them, and then I have the purple latch bins, I can show you later, the purple latch bins that I'm going to keep the seasonal read alouds that are not in season currently in my shelf thing, not here. So I'm gonna just do this for sorting for now, and then I'm going to go look at that Google Doc that I showed you earlier to see which categories I have the most books for right now, and then I'm going to put labels on these and start sorting. Okay, so I laid out all of the labels that I've printed off so far, and then I went over to my computer, and you're going to laugh at me, but I didn't want to open a whole new ream of paper just for one sheet, even though I'm sure I'll need more very soon. But I took a paper towel and I wrote down the categories that I have, and so I'm gonna look at this and then pick out the ones that I want. I already made, when I was laying them out, I made a pile of the ones I already know I'm not going to need, especially right now because beginning of kindergarten we are not going to learn about money. So I just went ahead and set those to the side. So I'm going to pick out the ones that I need for right now, and then I'll attach those. Close-up of my face again. Hi. So I just finished labeling all of the bins, and so I attached some of these. I changed the clip art on. Like, I did not love the hat that was on there because that's a snow hat and we live in Florida and they won't know about that. So I changed this to a snowflake, which now that I'm saying it out loud, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense either, but I liked it better than the hat, so I'm doing it. So I went ahead and labeled this and just said snowflake on it so that as I'm sorting them, I'll know that they're still January, but that I'm looking for snowflake books. And there's a couple others that I did that for, like the May books. I used a sun instead, so I went ahead and put that Post-it on. So I'm gonna start sorting. So you remember how I said that I wasn't going to keep all of the seasonal books out all the time, but that I was going to put the labels on just so it'd be easier to sort? Well, I ran out of categories. I have one left, and I have not even done Pete the Cat, Amelia Bedelia, let's see what others, Elephant and Piggy, any of those, Froggy Books, Curious George, any of those. So I think I'm gonna just grab some bins from my big stack of bins over there. I would turn you around, but I don't want to make it shaky. I might just grab some bins and then use Post-it since I don't have those labels anyway today because my computer would not turn on. So I think I might just grab some bins and then sort that way, and then I'll figure out later which bins I'm going to keep labels on and all of that. Before I start sorting my books, I'm going to show you how I'm going to sort them. So like I was telling you earlier, all of these labels have clip art on them, and so Maria Gavin with Kinder Craze, her library organization system comes with those sticker sheets that I showed you earlier, so now I'm going to show you them printed. So I'm keeping all of them in this Sterilite clip box. It's this size. It's like the paper size. And then I used one of her Kinder Craze Maria Gavin's labels just for books, and then I'm going to show you this one as an example in just a minute. But first I went ahead and printed out all of my Avery from the library of stickers so that I just have them ready to go. So this is what they look like. So it says from the classroom of Miss Ward, read it, love it, return it. So I just have those in the folder ready to go so that when I find books that don't have them, I think all my books should have them because I tried to attach them as I went along. But if I come across any books that don't have them, I'll be able to easily attach them. So these are the 5262 labels, and they're the perfect size. There's 14 on a sheet. Yeah, there's 14 on a sheet and there's 25 sheets. So there's 350 of these, and I think this was between $6 and $8. So I decided to do this instead of stamping my books because I have a couple of my friends who are also teachers who got book stamps and said that they were getting clogged a lot and they had to refill the ink and it was smearing and smudging, and I didn't want any part of that. So I just went ahead and printed these, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. So da-da-da, this is the most exciting part. I printed out all of the stickers that Kindercraze made, and so I'll give you a close-up of these. Aren't they beautiful? I'm just gonna let you admire them for a second. I really like them. So basically, like you saw in the video earlier, she had an entire page of all the same clip art, and so for the books that I knew were most popular that I would use like that whole page of stickers for, I went ahead and printed all of them onto one sheet of labels, and then I used my paper cutter that's actually still right here. I used my paper cutter to just slice them, and so then that made them into little strips like this. And so I attached all of them with a binder clip at the top just to keep them. I tried to do a few with a paper clip, but they were still sliding around, so I had to use two, and I didn't love that. So it took a lot of binder clips, but they haven't come out yet, which is awesome. So basically I just went ahead and printed out all of the stickers that I would need. There's still some that I need to print for new categories that I'm going to come up with, but for the most part I have all the stickers, and I like keeping them in here ready to go so that, like I said, with the name stickers, as soon as I find a book that's not labeled, put one of these in the front, put one of these in the back, and I'm ready to go. So how this looks in an actual book, I'll show you with No David. So this is a book that we'll use at the beginning of the year, so I'm classifying it as an August book because we start school in August, on August 12th. I know it's super early. So I was trying to decide at first when I first started this where I was going to put this sticker on the book. I didn't really want it on the cover because it's just beautiful and I didn't want to mess it up. And then I was looking in the front, and there's the name sticker, some covers had space here, some didn't. So I was just having a really hard time finding a space on the front or back or wherever that was consistent among all of the different books. And so I decided to put it on the back cover. I thought that I had already done it so I could show you, but I hadn't yet, so I could do it with you. So basically in all of the books that I have, I'm going to put the sticker right here. So I'm going to get out my school labels real quick. There we go. And then I'm just going to peel one of these like this, and then I'm gonna set it on my lap just so that it's even. So I'll put it in the back corner like this, and then I will put it into my August books. We have officially sorted the first book of our library. Yay! I just finished labeling most of the books in my library. Well, not labeling them, sorting them. So I will show you what I got done. So I sorted the categories that I have. So these are the months, and then these are others. And then I just put for now in these categories that I didn't have bins for: Dr. Seuss, Princess, Elephant and Piggy, Pete the Cat is over there. So I'm gonna go grab lunch, and then we have a team meeting at 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna go to that, and then I will catch up with you later. Two things. One, mascara is running because our air is broken, but that's okay. That's okay. We're working hard. Second thing, I'm about to show you some magic and hit myself in the face apparently. So I saw this nifty staple remover tool on a friend's Instagram. I'm pretty sure it was Teaching Without Frills, but it was like $6 on Amazon, and it's got a little pocket right there. Well, watch. It removes the staple, so sorry, I need to look at what I'm doing. So you dig it underneath, and then it's magnetic. So look, it keeps it and you don't drop them on the floor. Isn't that amazing? And my little, they call this thing a coat closet, but it's coming along nicely. These labels are the editable supply labels from Kinder Craze, Maria Gavin. So back here I've got permanent markers, sticky notes, index cards, felt tip pens, magnets are back there, binder clips, push pins, paper clips, all my Avery labels and envelopes, and then a mirror. I'll come say hi to you. Hi! Alright, it's time to head to my team meeting. So I actually didn't leave for lunch today. One of my teammates offered that they were going to a restaurant that was pretty close to school, and so I asked them to just bring back some grilled chicken for me, so I'm going to eat that in our meeting because they just got back. So I'm going to go do that. We have a lot to talk about, so it'll probably be a few hours, but I just started going through all the stuff on the rug, aka all the Target dollar spot I've gotten the last 2 years. So I'm sorting that so you can see like all the mini erasers and all the things like that. So I will check back in with you after my meeting. Alright, so it is about 4:15. I just finished up with my team meeting. That lasted about 3 hours, but we got a lot of good information, and I really love everyone on my team, so it was great to see everyone again after the summer. Most everyone has been here working this week, but there were a couple of people that have not been here yet, so it was good to see everybody. So I have about 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours until I have to leave, so I'm going to start dealing with this stuff. I did get to peek at my class list for just a minute, and I'm super excited. It's definitely not final yet, but we just all kind of got to look through our kids, and so even though I don't know them, I'm super excited just that I have some names to be thinking about now. It makes setting up a little more real because you're doing it for real kids with real names, and even though I don't know their faces yet, it's just an exciting feeling. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll show you a quick scan of the room. A little overwhelmed, but that's okay. Library, doesn't it look so pretty? Other stuff. Fan is still going. I think the air is working now though, which is good. Desk. I still don't have the desk that I'm waiting for over there. I don't have it yet, but hopefully soon. All the bins still. I still have not found these papers at my house, so I might just buy more tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that is where things stand. So I'm gonna get started. Talk to you later. Is about 6:45 on Wednesday, July 31st. So I'll show you what I got done, but one of my biggest accomplishments, I found the paper, so I got to finish the wall. I'll finish hanging up the letters tomorrow. In our team meeting today, I got all of our new sight words, so I'm going to alphabetize those tonight and see how many words I have under each letter, and then I'm going to make the sight words tonight and put magnets on them so that I can basically, I'm going to alphabetize them so I can see which letter has the most words that will need to be on it, and then I'll make the words small enough that all of those will fit by the end of the year. So I'll show you real quick what I got done, and then I'm going to go home. Okay, so my fridge arrived today. One of the drawers in it is broken, but I'm hoping that that can be replaced. My snack drawer I put on top, and my water. My desk has not arrived yet, but hopefully that is coming soon. Still the big stack of bins, but I've used about half of what I had, so that's doing good. Like I showed you already, I got to finish the ombre word wall just a few minutes ago because my mom found the paper in a bag that I had stuffed it in. And then the floor still looks a little crazy, but I got a lot of the stuff out, all of the seasonal stuff that I had here, so Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, winter, St. Patrick's Day, all the things. I was able to pack those up in big gallon boxes, the Sterilite ones, and put them in the storage closet that's shared between 8 teachers. So yeah, I got to finish the alphabet. I might have finished that yesterday. And then this is how the library is standing. The books or the bins are a little bit all over the place just because we were stuffing them a few minutes ago. I still have some category labels, but overall I am pleased and it's looking good. I got to Scotch Guard all of my pillows. These are the books that I'm still needing to sort and sticker later on. Those might just go in the closet for now. There's my tripod where you usually sit. And that is it. So I'm going to head home. I got a lot done. Not as much as I wanted to, but that's okay. Tomorrow I have an all-day training for first-year teachers, so I won't be here most of the day, but I think that training ends around 3:30 or so. So hopefully I'll have at least 2 hours, maybe up to 3 in here after that training to clean the rest of this up. But I'm feeling good. It's gonna get done. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you later. Bye. I am the last one at the whole school, so I'm gonna leave before I get locked in. Good morning. Today is Thursday, August 1st. I cannot believe that it's August. I just arrived and pulled into my new teacher training for my district. There's a lot of cars here, so I think that there's going to be more people than I expected. So that is from 8 to about 3:30 today. They're providing breakfast and lunch, which I'm super excited about. And I'm hoping that it is a really productive day and that I learn a lot. Hello! It's about 3:30 on Thursday, the afternoon of August 1st. I just finished up my first year training with my district, which was good. I got to see a lot of familiar faces of other people from my cohort and just other random people that I knew who were there. And there are 2 other first year teachers at my school, one in second, one in third, so we all got to sit together, which was awesome. They gave us this classroom management book by Harry Wong, and they had a lot of good things to say about it. So let me know in the comments if you've read it before. It sounds like it's going to be a really good read, and I'm going to try to squeeze it in this weekend maybe.